was a little ones like me. Little ones like me, sat upon his knee. Jesus was a little ones like me.
Hello and welcome to our We Family Children's Program. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad in Him. My dear boys and girls, we have an exciting program planned for you. Today we're going to spend time with our friend Jesus. It's sing-along time. I want to hear you singing lustily as we worship Jesus. So sing along, it's craft time with Auntie Kirby. So have your mommy or daddy grab your craft supplies while you sing along. Enjoy.
Children of the Lord.
Hello and welcome to Craft Time. I'm Auntie Kirby and I'm very happy you can join us today. Today we'll be making a woven heart art piece. While we do this craft, let's remember that Jesus is our friend. Let's remember that his love for us cannot change. And let's remember that he died to save us and he knows what's best for us. Right? And today we have with us Jay and he will help us with our demonstrations. Now today's craft includes a great deal of measuring and cutting, so it's best for an older sibling or an adult to help out the younger ones. So first let's go over our list of materials and supplies you will need to make our woven heart craft. So first we need paper, right? And this paper could be Bristol board or cardstock. It could be construction paper, right? It can even be colored copy printer, and we even made one with foam, craft foam, so you can see that we can use any paper we have available at home. All right, so next we will need, yes, you'll also need glue, some sort of glue stick. Hold it a little lower, Jay. Right, glue stick or craft glue or white school glue, any glue like that will work. We need a ruler, right? We need scissors. Here's the scissors. And preferably for all the detailed cutting we have to do, an X-Acto knife. Hold it lower, baby. Right, so an X-Acto knife, a box cutter, a utility knife, anything with a pointy sharp blade works well, right? We need an eraser for any mistakes we may make along the way. And we need a pencil or some sort of writing tool. And then, of course, we need a cutting surface. So here I have a cutting pad, cardboard. You can use some sheets of newspaper. You need a cutting surface because of all the detailed cutting we're going to have to do today. So that's our list of materials and supplies. Let's get straight into the craft, right? So the craft is really made up of 3 segments. We can say we have the base paper, the strips, and then the actual weaving. So we have a lot of prep work to do, but I assure you that the end result will be most satisfying. So first we have to cut our base paper, right? So 10.5 will be the long side, Jay. Yes, and 8.5 will be the short side. And all our measurements today will be in inches. Good. So after we get our base paper, we've cut it into 10.5 by 8.5, we have to start all our measurements. So this is the time you'll need your ruler and your pencil, right? And what we have to do, as Jay will demonstrate, we want to put a 1-inch border all around our paper. So he's going to measure 1 inch from the outside to the inside. He'll make a mark. And then he'll go down his paper and also measure 1 inch. And when we put 2 points on the one side and we have our 1-inch marker, it helps us to make an absolutely straight line. And because all our measurements are important in this craft, we want to make sure all our measurements and all our lines are straight. So we connect the 2 dots and we are sure we have a 1-inch border on one side of our paper there. And what we want to do is make a 1-inch border all around. So now that we've completed our border all the way around, this is what it should look like. You have a 1-inch border all around your 10.5 by 8.5 paper. So now we have to hold our paper landscape facing us. So rest it flat. That's the long side to the top and the bottom of our paper. And we have to take our ruler again, and we're going to make 1/2 inch measurements inside the border, right? So as we see Jillian lining up his ruler there, and we're looking for 1/2 inch increments all the way across from one border to the next, and we should get 16 strokes that we have to draw in that border there. We have to draw it, make our markings to the top and to the bottom so that it will help us make wonderful straight lines. Okay, so when you have finished drawing your 1/2 inch measurements inside and you connect your dots, this is what it should look like. I hope you understand, right? So now we're going to do some cutting, right? So this is very important. We're going to take our X-Acto knife and we're going to cut, yes, our utility knife, and we're going to cut along all those vertical strips that we have there, right? Not the border line. So we're cutting from that line. Thank you so much, Alien, for showing. So not the border lines. We're cutting all the other lines inside. So let's cut. Go ahead, Jay, and cut some for me. We already started cutting. Be careful, cut along the line. If you know you're not able to do this task, make sure and ask someone older. Safety first, right? And we're going to cut all our lines. Remember, don't cut along our vertical border lines. Okay, so we switched to the paper that Jay will actually be weaving this morning, and you see how it looks. He says it reminds him of a lantern craft that they made in school at some time, right? So that's our base paper, right? That's the first phase done. It's a bit long, but don't worry, you'll be very happy when you're finished with this craft. Now we have to organize our strips of colored paper that will help us to make our heart design, right? So we have construction paper that we'll be weaving into Bristol paper. And what you want to do is make 1/2-inch strips, right? But they must be at least 10.5 inches, which is the longest measurement of our base paper. So we want them to be at least that long. In one of the designs we did, our strips were longer than the 10.5, right? And it doesn't look bad. That can be your design if you want, or at the end, we can always trim the edges off, right? So we want our strips of paper to be at least 10.5 inches long and a 1/2 inch wide. So this is what our strips of paper will look like when we are ready to weave, right? So this is our construction paper here. This would be our paper with our markings. Getting ready to cut, 1/2 inch all the way. Getting ready to cut, and when we cut, we will have lots of strips ready to weave onto our base paper. And we want to have at least 13. Our design will take 13 1/2-inch colored strips, right? You may have a little more on hand if any of your strips get damaged or burst along the way. Good, so it's time to start weaving. Now we have to do one more little preparation on our base paper that will help our weaving process to go well and easily. Also, make sure and have your glue handy. This is where your glue will come in. So if you notice on our base paper, even though we made 16 lines, we now have 15 slots or strips that we can weave. So we have 15 strips on our base paper that we can weave, right? So hold the paper closely, Jay, and let's see what I mean, right? So not this first strip, this is a strip. So once it can be lifted like this, we're calling it a base paper weaving strip. So this will be number 1 here. This one here will be number 2. And so what will help our weaving process to go easily is that we're going to number our weaving strips, our base strips. So this will be number 1. This will be number 2. This will be number 3, all the way. And we'll realize that this one over here, this one here is number 15. So we'll have J number them. We want to find the middle strip, which will be strip number 8, and we want to just put a special mark on strip number 8 because that's the middle of our design and that's our reference point for when we begin weaving. All right, so while Jay was numbering, he made a mistake, and that's a mistake I don't want you to make because it will throw off our design. So turn it back to me and you'll see that he numbered this strip number 1, but that's not our first weaving strip, right? So he'll number them correctly again and then we'll go again. Great, so we have our strips nicely labeled top and bottom to help in our weaving process, and we have circled and put an asterisk by number 8 so we clearly know where the center of our design will be. So let's start weaving. Follow along carefully, and this is where things get interesting. So we have our first strip. We are numbering, or we are weaving rather, from the bottom of our design coming up. And with our first strip, we want to go under strip number 8 over all the others. Right? So if you can see, he's going under strip number 8. He's over all the others. Slide it all the way across. Good. All the way across. And this is where we want to glue our strips so that as we work, we won't get confused and they won't be moving around. So let's glue strip number 1. When we say strip number 1, we mean colored weaving strip number 1. You can use any color strips you want in any order, right? You can use all of the same color. Doesn't matter. So that's weaving strip number 1. And he'll stick it in place for us. Getting through? Nice. Put some more glue there, yes. And stick both ends. Right? And you see he's applying the glue to the border area of the design. Good. So we move on to weaving strip number 2, and that goes under 7, 8, and 9. Under base strips 7, 8, and 9, and over all the others. Great. And he'll stick that in place. Okay, our third colored weaving strip goes under base strips 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Under 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's strip number 3. Strip number 4 goes under base weaving strips 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So you can see the pattern starting to form there. So we started under 1 strip, then we went to 3 strips, then we went to 5 strips.
3 to 5?
Yes. The number of strips that we're going under. So we went under 1 strip, then we went under 3 strips, then we went under 5 strips, and so forth. And we're going like that until we reach all the way to the end. So let's go. So strip number 5 is under base strips numbers 4 all the way to base strip number 12, and it's coming out to come over base strip number 13. Right? That's base strip number 5. And while he's gluing there, base strip number 6 that he's going to work on now will be under 3 all the way to under 13 and then come out again. I'm sure you're seeing the pattern by now. So what strip number are you on, Jay?
7.
7. And you're putting 7 under 2 all the way to under 14, right? And Jay has turned over his design. I didn't want him to turn it over yet. You're seeing the heart beginning to come to life there. So that was strip number 7. That was under 2 all the way to under 14. I know I repeat myself a lot, but I hope that will help you to better understand what's happening. Good. As he moves on to strip number 8 and 9, we're doing the same thing for strip number 8 and 9, and that is we're going under 1 all the way to under 15. So all the way across our weaving base strips, under all those strips. And that's 8 and 9, do the same thing. Strip number 10, you have to listen carefully now. Strip number 10 goes under base strips number 2 to number 7. So under 2 all the way to under 7, come up over 8 and go back down under 9 to under 14 and then come back up over 15. So I hope you caught that. Great. So we're coming in a little closer so that you can see. That was strip number 10. Strip number 11. Let's go under 3, 4, 5, and 6. So under those numbers there, 3 to 6, up over 7, 8, and 9. And then down again, under 10, 11, 12, 13, come up over 14. Over 14, that's right. Great. So stick that one in place as well. Okay, so strip number 12, we're almost through. Strip number 12, we want to go under 3, 4, and 5. So under 3, 4, and 5. Come up. All right, so keep it on the table so we can see what you're doing. Right, so we're coming up over 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go down under 11, 12, and 13. Come up over 14. Yes. Very good. Jay, so let's lay it flat. Let me see what it looks like. Right, face it to you. Good, and he's going to stick. And then we're on to our last strip after he's finished sticking. And our last strip, strip number 13, we just want to go under 4 and under 12. So over all the other numbers, but under base weaving strip number 4 and base weaving strip number 12. So under 4 and under 12. Do you have enough space there? Shimmy it around until it fits. Fits nice and snug. So you see our 13 strips fit nicely in our design. Our 13 colored weaving strips. And as he sticks it down, we'll wait for the big reveal. Now we can't see our green heart formed on this side, but this is the back of our design because it has all the markings and numbers and things like that. Right, and as he sticks that side, we'll wait. And as he turns it around for us, we will see what we worked so hard to achieve. So that's the back of our work. And if we turn it around, and we have our heart. Beautiful heart. Right? I think it looks wonderful. And as we said, you can use any combination of colors, any combination of paper types. Right? I'm sure you have lots of paper around your home. And what's the point of this exercise is to remember that Jesus is our friend. And so Jay decided to cut the ends off of his colored weaving strips. And we'll see what it looks like. Nice. Turn it around. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, turn it. And so we have a design. If we want, if we did all our work in pencil, if we want, we can erase all our markings so that we'll have a double-sided design, if that's your choice. But we just want to thank you so much for spending this craft time with us. Again, my name is Auntie Kirby, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. And although we may not be, living life as we normally would, we know that we can use all our time to be creative and find interesting things to do. And we want to wish you a wonderful day again. Take care until next time. Bye.
to never leave us nor forsake us. He is always at our side in good times and bad times. He's always there, guiding and comforting us. Let's turn our attention to Randall as he blesses us with his special. Jesus gladly calls us his friend. Greater love had no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friend. Jesus gave his life just for us, so that we can live with him eternally. It's story time, and I love a good story. So cuddle up, get comfortable, and let's listen to our story.
Jesus
In Wallafield, Aripo, and the Valencia district. My name is Auntie Nikki. Today, I'm going to tell you a story entitled Maria and the Matches. What a lot of trouble a little girl can get into when she doesn't do as she's told. Time and time again, her mother will say, Maria, darling, don't play with matches because you can get burned or you can set the house. But Maria said, a little match? Look at this. What can a little match do? This looking so wonderful. That can't do no harm. I don't believe her mommy say. She out that time in, yes. And so Maria would not listen. All Maria knew is that you strike it like this and abracadabra. Oh, look at that magic. That looks so wonderful. That is what she knew about. So one morning, when she woke up, she heard her mother cleaning dishes in the kitchen. She said, aha, mommy making breakfast. And then she said, you know what? I feel she's going to light the stove now. She's going to prepare the breakfast now. And at the same time, she heard a knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. Who's that boy? Mommy, somebody at the door. So mommy said, Maria, go and see who at the door. But Maria didn't go. So mother said, you're taking too long. Let me go and see who's at the door. And mother went dashing down the stairs and she went to the door. Right after mommy went to see who was there, Maria came downstairs. But then she said, I'm not interested to see who coming by that door. She peeped in the living room. Nah, I tell nobody there. You know what? I go in the kitchen because mommy have the matches on the counter. I can't wait. So she decided that she's going there. And when she went in the kitchen, she saw that box of matches on mommy's counter. She picked it up. She said, oh God, I'd hide this. I don't want mommy to see. She took it and she wrapped it up in her nightie. And she looked to her left, she looked to her right, she keep peeping. And she said, you know what? Let me hurry upstairs. And she ran, dashing up the stairs. When she went upstairs now, she said, I didn't think about where I'm going to light these matches. But you know what? Let me see. But wait now. I thought this would be brighter. How this light so a little bit? Why it's so small? I thought this was going to be more exciting. Anyhow, let me look for a dark place. Not too much a light here. Now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's too bright. Let me look for a dark place. and I will go and strike matches to my heart content. So she said, you know what? I better go in mommy kitchen cupboard. Nah, I ain't going there. You know what? I go in mommy's bedroom. I can't wait. So she went upstairs and she took the cupboard and she covered herself. Well, you see me? Mommy will never know. She will never know what I doing. And so she covered herself. And so Maria strike matches to her heart content. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she was having a ball. She said, what? Mommy will never know. Oh, mommy will never know. Mommy will never know. Oh, mommy will never know. And she was having a ball. But not too long, mommy realized, oh, wait now, Maria missing. So mommy came upstairs, hurrying upstairs, and then she noticed smoke coming from Maria's bedroom. Lord, what is this? What coming out from Maria's room? Maria? Not long, Maria was under the covered huddle. Mommy, fire. Oh, God, mommy. And mommy had to, oh, gosh, Olia, come. And mommy gets so excited and crazy. Mommy went in the cupboard. She pulled out the cupboard. Oh, God, Olia, help me. And she started dash. So, she's so trying to help Maria from getting this fire. Then she had to drag Maria from the bed, throw Maria on the ground. And then she had to out this smoke, out this fire from Maria. By that time, Maria burned really badly. Mommy, I'm burned. Mommy, please. She said, no, let me call a doctor before she could even ask Maria what had happened. She said, oh, quick, call the doctor. Then the neighbor said, but wait now. What smoke coming out from Maria's room? Olia, Maria, I wonder if Maria, okay, boy, look, smoke coming out from Maria's room. And so, when they called the doctor shook his head. And he was so disappointed. He was so sad. He said, you know what? Your daughter burned really badly. She have to go to the ambulance. Or let's call the ambulance and take this child quickly. We can't wait. And so they took Maria to the hospital. While Maria was at the hospital, she said, Mommy, I'm so sorry. And Maria had to stay in that hospital for weeks and maybe 1 or 2 months. It was really, really long. And you know what? From that moment, Maria realized that she must not disobey her mommy. She was really sorry that she disobeyed her mommy. And Maria, at last, realized that the scars on her skin had to remain, well, the scars remain on her skin. She had a lot of sores and marks. All her beautiful skin got damaged. And she realized what she had done. So that scars remain to remind her up to this day that you must not play with matches. So boys and girls, I know that all of you are home right now. You see this? This is called a box of matches. Don't play with it. Don't open it. Don't strike it because you can end up homeless. That means without a home. So listen to your mommy and your daddy and do not disobey. So until boys, next time with Auntie Nikki, you will hear another story. Have a great evening.
Boys and girls, it's quiz time. Grab some paper and pencil, listen attentively, and I know you'll do very well.
Number 1. What mountain did Moses climb to view the promised land?
Jesus has a little ones like me. Little ones like me, set upon his knee.
Number 2. Repeat the first commandment.
Jesus loves the little ones like you. Jesus loves the little ones like you. Little ones like you. Jesus loves them too.
Number 3. Who was the son of Hagar?
Little ones like you. Jesus loves them too. Jesus loves the little ones like you.
Number 4. What king of Babylon was frightened by the handwriting on the wall? Number 5. What man died for putting his hand on the ark? Number 6. Name the sons of Noah. Number 7. Name 3 books in the Old Testament that start with the letter E. Complete the Bible verse. The fear of the Lord is. Number 9. Who slew more people at his death than in his life? And the last one. For how many years did manna fall? The answers are coming right up.
Josiah and Whedon will now sing about their friendship with
It's
Jesus.
Josiah Sanwedan from Waterfield SDA Church. Since the theme for this afternoon's program is Jesus, He's my friend, we are going to do 2 of our favorite songs from in the hymn book. It is hymn 186 and 499. You can feel free to sing along with us. 1, 2, 3. I found a friend, oh, such a friend. He loved me, or I knew him. He threw me with the cross of love, and thus he brought me to him. And wrung my heart, stood close behind those ties, with God and never, for I am his and he is mine, forever and forever. I found a friend, oh, such a friend. He bled and died to save me, and not the gift of life, but his own son he gave me. So that I have my own, I call, I hold it for to give up. My heart, my strength, my life, my own, are his, and it's forever. I found a friend, oh, such a friend, oh, God, to him is given. God beyond my effort, I'm ready to heaven. The eternal glory is me, my Father, to my faith endeavor, to not to watch, to work, to walk, and then to rest forever. I found a friend, oh, such a friend tonight, not to run and love, to fight the consular and guide, to my the defender. Love my soul can serve, shall I forget your help? Do I am His forever?
What a friend we have in Jesus. One, two, three, go.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. And what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit, and oh, what peace that baby bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have the trials and temptation? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. God, we find a friend so faithful, who will all of sorrow share. Jesus knows our every need. Take it to the Lord in prayer. We meet and heavy laden, covered with a load of care. Precious Savior, still a refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Do thy friends despise forsake thee? Oh, take it to the Lord in prayer. In His arms you seek and sheep, thou wilt find your soul there.
Boys and girls, we have an opportunity to make friendship with Jesus mutual. We can do this in 3 steps. Step 1, accept Jesus' friendship. Step 2, spend time getting to know your friend Jesus. Step 3, broadcast your friendship with Jesus to everyone. Let everyone know what a good friend he is so that they would want to be friends with him too. My dear children, stay in love with Jesus. Keep him time. Bye-bye.
Little ones like you, Jesus loves them too. Jesus loves the little ones like you.